The divine feet of Swami Vallala be praised. My dear brothers and sisters, in our last session, we discussed 5 Siva Tattvas in the pure Maya realm. Scientifically, this pure Maya realm denotes that the very matter in the pure Maya realm is purer than our world. We are living in impure Maya world. That's why Swami Vallala asks us to transform the atoms of this physical body in the impure Maya world into atoms of pure Maya world. அசுத்த மாயா உலகில் உள்ள அணுக்களை சுத்த மாயா பூத அணுக்களாக மாற்றுக. He says in his prose works. So the very atoms are different in quality, they are purified. Okay. And we also saw that there are 5 tattvas in the pure Maya realm. What are they? Sutta Vidyai, that is pure knowledge, and then Maheswaram, or the god of obscuration, Maraithal, and then Sadakyam, governed by the god of Sadasivam, he gives us grace, and then Vindu. Vindu is the aspect of Shakti, Parashakti, and Nada, the aspect of Shivam, pure wisdom. Nada doesn't act by his mere presence. He makes Vindu act and create this entire cosmos. So that's the order of creation. We saw both these tattvas in our earlier sessions, Nada and Vindu. Today we are going to discuss the other 3 tattvas. Let us start with Sutta Vidyai, because in accordance with our yoga system, this will be better. The evolution of our spirit. Sutta Vidyai, see, the very name means pure knowledge. For the first time, we are touching pure knowledge of the gods. Even this is not pure wisdom. That will come later after self-realization and God realization. Now, for the time being, at least we are having the knowledge of gods like Rudra, Maheswara, Sadasiva, etc. So we are entering into the realm of gods. And Sutta Vidyai, what is Sutta Vidyai? What is pure knowledge? Pure knowledge means Atma Vidya and Brahma Vidya. See, however great a scientist could be, even like Einstein or Newton, it tells you only about Pasanyana, about this world of matter. So it is not pure. Pure means Atma and God. So talking about Atma Vidya and Brahma Vidya or Siva Vidya is pure knowledge. And this Sutta Vidya deals with these 2 aspects. Well, here Sutta Vidyai means Jnana, Jnana Sakti. I told you these 3 energies, Saktis, they always come together. What are they? Jnana Sakti, Ichcha Sakti, this desire, and Kriya Sakti, will and action. Here, this Sutta Vidyai is the tattva in which knowledge or Jnana Sakti predominates. And what does it tell us? It tells us about our real condition of desires. We are always desiring something and wishing for its fulfillment. Okay, when it is fulfilled, what happens? It goes after something else. If you have got a Mercedes car, you want a Rolls Royce car. So This is like pouring oil into the fire in order to quench it. It can never be quenched. This wisdom, this realization of the true nature of a desire dawns upon you. That is, for the first time you are entering into the world of spirituality. And what is its indication? Indication is that you will join a yogic society or esoteric society like ours. All of us have entered into this Sutta Vidyai, and it will be elaborated later in 5 kalais. This Sutta Vidyai tells us about 5 kalais. We will see that. Now, what do we exactly learn scientifically in this Sutta Vidyai? Vadalar Swami tells us about his own experience. He says, how is your body formed? From where does your soul come? How does it enter into your body? And at the time of death, how does it leave from your body? All these things you don't know. Moreover, you don't know how to keep your soul inside your body also. Swami says in his own words, Udambu varum vagai ariyir, uyir vagai ariyir. பிண்டத்தில் உயிர்கள் பொருந்தும் வகையும் பிண்டம் தன்னையே உயிர் பிரியும் வகையும் பிரியா வகையும் தெரித்தாய் பின்னை. So these 4 things you will understand when you understand this Sutta Vidyai. So pure knowledge tells us about our origin of the body, our origin of the soul, how they join together and we start living in the body. And what is the truth about death? What happens at the time of death? Only when you understand this process of soul leaving the body, you can understand death and remain conscious at the time of death. And you can retain your soul. This is the state of Jivan Mukti. You will have a foretaste of Jivan Mukti at this faculty. In fact, Jivan Mukti comes after Atman realization. That's the permanent state. So, these we will understand these 4 functions and handle them in is the benefit for the soul by conquering this Tattva. So, when we understand this pure Sutta Vidyai, we will understand the truth of our body, the truth of our soul, and the truth about their conjoining and separation. Okay. How is this done? Here, this tattva tells us about Pancha Kalai. Here, Kalai is different. See, the word Kalai in Tamil means many things. It means breath, and it means one of the 7 Vidya Tattvas. We saw that. Here, it means only a part. Kalai means a part, a fragment of a thing. Moon is supposed to have 16 kalaigal, 16 fragments for 16 days. Okay. Here, these Pancha Kalai, what are the 5 kalais? It is a process of knowledge of yoga. First comes Nivirti Kalai. The 5 kalais are Nivirti Kalai, all are given in Sanskrit, Pradita Kalai, Vidyai Kalai, Santi Kalai, and Santi Adida Kalai. Sorry, the terms are technical. Unless we learn them, we cannot exactly explain the stages. There are 5 stages in this Suddha Vidya. That is, when one attains yogic knowledge and jnana, one has to undergo these 5 phases or stages. The first stage is called Nivirti Kalai. Look at the word. Vritti means development, ambition, going after worldly things. Nivirti means opposite of that. Detachment. Detachment from your bondage. So, this Nivirti Kalai, it means renunciation desirelessness. In short, you are interested in spirituality. For the first time, you understand the importance of spirituality in life. You come to the conclusion that only spiritual knowledge is real knowledge. That only can liberate you from the bondage of the cycle of births and rebirths. We have undergone innumerable numbers of births and deaths. We have to get away from this natural cycle of birth and death. That is called mukti. So for the first time it dawns upon you that this is real knowledge. I think we are all in that stage. Now we have tasted Nivirti Kalai. But can you stay in that condition? That's the question. Well, even a great soul like Swami Vivekananda, he says, after taking up sannyas, he writes in one place, there are two books on the table. One is the Vedas, the other is a novel. But my mind prefers to read the novel to the Vedas. Why? He says, the mind is like that. It is always lazy. It wants to take up the path of least resistance. It's a psychology. Moreover, it doesn't want to be enslaved, let alone be killed. Either mind kills us or we kill the mind. When we kill the mind, what happens? We get enlightenment. But birth after birth, only mind has killed us. That is why we are born again and again. So, mind enslaves us. Mind always wants to push us down. It doesn't want us to get enlightenment. That's why Thiruvallur says, சென்ற இடத்தால் செலவிடாது தீது ஊறி நன்றின் பால் வைப்பது அறிவு. We saw that explanation. And here, this is the human level. With your effort, you can resolve to get a detachment from this worldliness, but you cannot sustain it. That feeling cannot be sustained because the world and its maya, its attraction, its temptations, it will always bring you down. So what to do? Here, only God can help you. That is why Swami Vallara says, he gives us his own explanation. சாற்றுகின்ற கலையைந்தில் பரமாதி நான்கும். Now we have got 5 types of kalais. The first kalai is Nivirti kalai, given by our own power, effort. But the other 4, Pradipta kalai and Vidyai kalai, Santi kalai and Santi Atida kalai. These 4 must be given by God. They are boons by God, by transcendental beings like Rudra, Maheswara, Sadasiva, Vindu and Nada. Why? Only when this idea is permanently established in your mind. You must go only after that. Now we have one foot in one boat and another foot in another boat. We are living in both the worlds, in worldliness as well as in spirituality. This will not take us anywhere. So, a type of magnetic center must be formed. You must be interested only in that. Well, this is illustrated in the biography of Buddha. After his enlightenment, Lord Buddha went home and his wife Yasoda asked him, "My dear sir, I learned that you fainted in the forest for want of food. You went without food for 48 days and you fainted. And one girl by name Sujata, she fed you with milk and you got back your life. You could have stayed here in our garden. You could have done meditation here. I would have taken care of you. Why did you all this? Why didn't you give me this boon?" And Buddha simply replied, "My dear girl, if I had stayed here, constant temptations would have kept me down. Now I went into the forest and my sense of spirituality is sustained. It is there always, all the 24 hours. Not even a Rampa or Urvasi, with all her attractiveness and glamour, cannot tempt me now. I know what is the truth about all these things, particularly about the temptation of woman. Now, nobody can tempt me now. I am strongly, I am deeply entrenched in the state of nirvana. So, that state of detachment must be fully established. Now it is fully established in me. No one, nothing can take me away from that position. So this is called pradikta kalai. Pradishta means establishment, sustainability. So this pradikta kalai is given by God. Only when it is established, this detachment is the only true knowledge, must be understood by the disciple. So pradikta kalai, it strengthens our sense of detachment. A magnetic center is formed and one joins an esoteric school or yogi school, and he starts practicing yoga seriously, very seriously. Now the third kalai called vidai, pure knowledge. Here a different thing happens. Almost every saint has undergone this stage. This kalai gives the soul spiritual and mystical experiences. Once one experiences the experiences of soul and God, not by reading books, but he gets from his own intuition, from his inner self. It strengthens the faculties of intuition and insight beyond thought. This goes beyond book learning and into research and knowing. By intuiting, one enjoys spiritual experiences. Vallalar Swami called this Odadu Unarthal. This is intuiting beyond book learning. ஓதாது உணர்வதற்கு ஒளியளித்தனுக்கு ஆதாரமாகிய அருட்பெருஞ்சோதி. He says there is some kind of inner light. By looking at that light, by imbibing that light, one has this type of intuitive experiences of soul and God. And he also says in another place, all books, even Vedas, are available in the market for a price. What happens when you read them? What is there in the form of letters enters into your memory faculty in your brain and stays there. You don't own them, you don't experience them from inside. They are not yours, they are borrowed, they are second hand, they are only vicarious. He says, சதுமறை ஆகம சாத்திரம் எல்லாம் சந்தை படிப்பு நும் சொந்த படிப்போ. In a chandy, you can buy anything, but it does not come from your own soul. So, in this stage at Vidai, one gets one's own experiences of Atman and Brahman or Shivam. This is the unique aspect of this Vidai Kalai. And the fourth stage is called Santi Kalai. A soul, after experiencing such spiritual thoughts, spiritual experiences, he loses the constant churning of thought. See, your thought is always arising in your mind. You are not able to control it. With this dawning of Santi Kalai, thoughts will not arise, and no likes and dislikes. These are the two aspects of mind, properties of mind. Likes and dislikes as well as thoughts, they will always arise, they will keep constantly arising from your mind. When you reach this Santi Kalai, Santi means peace. What happens? The mind for the first time is free from thoughts, likes and dislikes. Another thing is that this Santi Kalai will give you soul satisfaction. Soul satisfaction of the Jiva. Soul satisfaction does not come from the mind, it comes only from the Jiva or psyche. Once this Jiva has tasted this soul satisfaction, either by meditation or prayer or yoga or Jivakarunya, it will not return to worldliness. Since it has tasted this beatitude of soul satisfaction, it has seen its effect. It will compare its satisfaction it gets from the world or worldly things with the meditation, with the state of meditation, and it is more blissful than all the satisfaction it receives from worldly things. So it will not go down again into worldly states. So this is the benefit of Santi Kalai. And the last one is called Santi Athidam. Santi Athidam, beyond description, beyond words. Peace beyond words it is called. Vadalar describes it as Upasantam. There is a state called Upasantam in Vedanta, and Vadalar Swami describes it in Mahadeva Malai. Upasantam means the ultimate state of Samadhi. Samadhi, one becomes equal with God. For the first time after creation, atoms, scientifically speaking, atoms in one's body stop. So one gets complete rest. That is why it is called Santi Atidam, with the perfection of the state of peace, Shanti. And Swami says, Yengal salital irandum indri ilaipu ninginen. Yengal salital irandum indri ilaipu ninginen. I have no expectations and have no disappointments. With these two things, the mind and the soul, they are all losing their psychic energy. When these two things are stopped, what happens? You don't lose your psychic energy. So this is the fifth stage called Santi Athida Kalai. This is the condition of a real yogi. For the first time, one gets the foretaste of Jivan Mukti. But real Jivan Mukti or liberation comes only after the crossing over of the 36 tattvas. Here, according to the textbooks, 5 meditations are given to conquer this tattva. See, yoga or evolution of soul is always coming in one form, from the stable, from stula to shukma, from the stable, from the concrete to the subtle. So here, Nivirti Kalai, if you want Nivirti Kalai, you have to meditate upon earth. And Buddha preferred his initiates to go to the graveyard and meditate upon that in order to understand the transitoriness of this life. And here it is given that if you meditate on earth, you will attain Nivirti Kalai. And if you meditate on water, you will attain the state of Pradita Kalai. Again, if you meditate on fire, you will have Vidya Kalai. And by meditating on air, you will have Santi Kalai. And by meditating on space, you will attain Santi Atida Kalai, because one is finer than the other. From the solid to the fine, this is the process of inner travel. Refinement of consciousness is yoga and spiritual evolution. So, we have got these 5 kalas to be understood and practiced.